Okay, so my unforced error. What do you think, forced error or unforced error? You tell me. I'd say 100%. I'm sure Julian would agree it's an unforced error. And I was just saying, you know, when it comes to tactics and strategy, the first thing you always want to analyze is, are you beating yourself or are they beating you? And almost always you'll get to the conclusion that you're beating yourself.
Yeah.
And once you know that, you can also accept that that's not unique to you. The other person will also be beating themselves.
Yeah.
It's just tennis. It's the nature of it. It's a high fail rate sport. In fact, the Australian Open this year, if you go to the first round of the men's draw, all 64 matches, and you count unforced errors and winners or forced errors, 30% of the points in the first round of the men's draw, the Australian Open, ended with an unforced error. And again, in a lot of approach shots, you had a short ball here, and I can go back and show it, but you know, Julian gave you a short ball, and I'm telling you, you're going, well, he's there, so I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna try to force, and it's like, that's what I call opponent avoidance errors. He has nothing to do with it. It's like, here's the ball, here's the shot I know I can make, I'm just gonna try to get a little pace and depth on it. Yeah, he's gonna get to it, but 9 times out of 10, they'll miss the passing shot, and if they don't, yeah, you'll have to make one more ball. But basically that last point Julian just played, that's really the only time you are hitting winners in tennis. It's like high, easy sitter volleys, you know, maybe high mid-ball floaters, you're hitting winners, overheads, but there's just, you know, we watch too much ESPN Sports Center. Good job, great point. You really made him win that point though, Jeff. That's a good point. That's a great point from you. You didn't give it away. We'll get a little more there so yeah. So again, now there we can go back and we can say, oh, see, I hit it down the middle. I knew I wasn't supposed to do that. But the problem isn't that you hit that ball down the middle. It's just that you didn't hit it with enough pace on it. And again, that's where the speed of the ball matters. The difference between Julian going, oh, here comes the ball, he's coming in, and Julian going, here comes the ball, he's coming in, I'm gonna get set up, I think I wanna lob off this. You know, it's a big difference, the speed of the ball. So again, that to me, the issue isn't that you hit the ball to him, it's that you didn't have enough on it, you know? There you go. That's okay. Hit your forcing shot and come in. But I think he was trying to angle that ball. You're trying to angle that, Jeff?
Little. Yeah, but not a lot.
I don't know if I'd angle it all. I think I would probably just hit hard and come in, you know? Try to force an error. Yeah, so he's getting more of a... Good job. Good intention. I'm going to hit the crap out of this ball and hope he misses. That's intention. Pace over place. That's what your brain should be thinking like. You didn't come in behind it. Great job. And you just forced an error. That's how you'll win points, right? Not hitting winners, forcing errors. Great point. And I think that approach right there, Jeff, is the perfect amount of threshold with pace and depth that you have to get, where it's really hard for him to lob off that ball. You know, so the fact that you got a little pace and depth on it was just right. If you would have hit that approach, and he's softer, he could have got over it, he could have had his way with you a little bit, but that was a good amount of pace to where I think that's one of the reasons you were able to get the error. And that's why when people start talking about, well, how am I going to beat this guy? What are his strengths? What are his weaknesses? It's like, he probably has nothing to do with it. So there are basic strategies like which side's weaker, is forehand or backhand. That's what I'll approach to. That's what I'll serve to when I have an opportunity. But other than that, you always want to think, how can I make the game easier for myself first? And then secondly, how can I make the game harder for my opponent?